Hey everybody, just a quick note from me to you. As a content creator, I'm always trying to push the envelope. That means trying new things, experimenting with style, tone, visuals, you name it. Some things will hit, some might miss. But the point is, the envelope will move forward. What I can promise you is this: I have zero plans of becoming cookie cutter or stagnant. That's just not me. I'm here to keep evolving, keep surprising, and keep creating content that challenges the norm. Because I believe that's where the real magic lies. Thanks for being along for the ride. Let's keep pushing. Okay, so here's my guess. It is almost 8 o'clock, and my guess is that there isn't a game going yet. But that's fine, because I'm hungry. It'll go eventually. Hello, hello. Told you. No game. I am ready to go, sir. See if we can get a deal. I can deal. No game was running when I arrived, so Tom and I decided to play heads up in order to get the game opened, knowing that everyone would then show up. But before a single hand of heads up was dealt, the game began filling up.
Give me that cheddar, we getting Rico. Big money rolls like burritos. Give me that hot sauce, no pico. Give me that, give me that. Give me my slippers, con mimosa. My limousine and my chauffeur. So don't know VS, no esposa. Give me that, give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that casa next to Jeff Bezos. Jacuzzi and all day pesos. Keep pouring that till I say so. Give me that. Give me that.
These morning sessions often start slow, but after playing only a couple hands, I've gotten a bluff through, and then in a separate hand caught a bluff with 3-5 suited. The session is starting pretty well. It would be hard for it to start any better, and then the next hand is dealt, and I stand corrected.
Give me that.
Sticking with my strategy with this type of table dynamic, I opened a $20 under the gun, and Tom, on the button, calls. When action reaches the big blind, an aggressive European player, he squeezes to $150. Good size, but bad timing. I 4-bet to $350, but unfortunately for me, in my thoughts of winning a big pot, that 4-bet ends this hand. I'm not mad about that, though. How could I be? I just won a pot with aces. I'm riding pretty high as the dealer begins dealing the next hand. The button opens to $30 and, well, so much for the good start. Wow. Just wow. I'm winning with ace-king offsuit too? Although things were definitely starting off well, I was guilty of opening a bit too wide in later positions and often getting punished for it. Queen 4 of hearts here? Come on, Jaman. Do better. The session is still early. We're barely 30 minutes into the goings-on when I open King 9 of hearts from the cutoff. A much better choice than that Queen 4. The button calls, and the small blind, starting the hand with about $800, raises to $130. Recently, I've noticed a lot more players raising out of the small blind as the new trend. I probably should 4-bet or fold this hand, as I might double this guy up if I flop top pair here. But I call. The button calls behind me, and all three of us continue. King 9-7 with 2 clubs. It's not impossible, but it's damn hard for me to be behind now. The small blind continues for $300. That's a big size into 2 players. I call hoping that the button continues, but the button folds. We head to the flop, heads up, with the small blind not having many chips left. The queen of clubs hits the turn, which isn't my favorite card, but there's not much I can do about that. The small blind now checks. Doesn't matter to me, it's all going in anyway. I bet enough to cover him, really only targeting aces and ace-king with a club, but he folds. It's at the conclusion of this hand that I see my old friend the Baccarat master walk in. I offer to pay him $100 for some, how do you say, services.
Juno, my shoulders are tight. Come here. Come here. Juno, come here. You're not even doing anything. Come here. My shoulders are tight. Just right here. You just get this knot real quick.
Go to the bathroom.
Oh, you want to go to the bathroom? Is the big stall open?
I would think that this would go without saying, but after years of reading very similar comments, I'll go ahead and say it. Poker vloggers don't just win every pot that they enter. Far from it. Actually, very far from it. The vast majority of hands that I entered that you aren't seeing are hands where I opened, got 3-bet, and folded, or hands that I folded on the flop. Seeing all of those would make for a very, very dull vlog. Hell, I play and lose the hands myself and still find it boring.
Give me that.
So see, there you go. Proof that I don't always catch a miracle river. I will say though, that nothing washes down the recent failed bluff like a couple of aces. From the low jack, Tom limps and the cutoff raises. That's not a big deal. The big deal is the amount he raises to. $70. That's almost twice what I was expecting. That large a raise had me tempted to just flatting and falsely cap my range around pocket tens. However, I quickly nixed that idea with us being so deep and just raised to $230. Tom, as the original limper, folds, and unfortunately, the cutoff does as well. Not learning my lesson from Queen 4 of Hearts earlier, I continued to open wide from the cutoff. 3-6 of clubs to $30, and the button is my only caller. Queen 7 deuce with 2 clubs. I check and he continues for $40. That's an alarm. His bet. I've yet to see this guy bluff, ever. But I call. The turn 5 of spades, although not as good as a club, still has its merits. I've got both flush and gut shot draws working now. I break flow and take the lead at this point with a $45 bet. Pretty small. When he calls, I'm pretty sure that he has just one pair. Probably the queen. My hand bricks when the 9 of diamonds shows up on the river. I miss it all. My only hope now is to bet. I could bet small and target just trying to get better flushes to fold and be fine with pairs calling. Or since I've already established that he probably has a queen, I could bet a bit larger, rep 2 pair myself, and try to get a weak queen like Queen 10 to slide into indecisiveness. I go for the latter and bet $130. He's not indecisive at all. And why would he be? He's holding King-Queen offsuit. This next one begins with a pretty tight player opening to $40 under the gun. A few seconds before I look down at pocket jacks. Tom, being next to act and knowing that the player to his right is tight, elects to 3-bet to $140. I know how this ends. I've paid my tuition already. Me 4-betting here is suicide. Calling and catching a 4-bet shove by a tight under the gun player for $1,000 doesn't sound fun either. I fold. The under the gun player calls and they go to a flop heads up. 9-3-7 rainbow. The player first to act now checks and Tom continues for $240, which the under the gun player folds to. I'm glad I folded too. From the under the gun 1 spot, I open pocket sixes to $25 and get looked up by the big blind. He then dark checks.
Check.
Jack 10-10. Due to the dark check, the action is on me and I c-bet for $15. He looks confused, calls, and then dark checks again.
Check.
The dealer burns and then reveals the turn card. Is there a prettier turn card than the 6 of diamonds here? Once again, due to the dark check, it's my action. Now with a full house, I bet $40. He pauses, then check min raises me to $80. So he has one of two things. Nothing, or a 10. That's the list. I debate on raising to get max value from a 10, but at game speed, I decided to just call and hope that he has a flush draw. In hindsight, he probably never check raises a naked flush draw on this turn. On the river he checks, and now I'm not getting a penny out of a flush draw. So I target his trips and bet $200, and he confidently snap calls. I table my pocket sixes, and for a second, he thought he won holding King 10 offsuit. Then the realization set in. Oof. Thinking that you won a hand and then losing it, that's the worst way to lose a hand. We kick this one off with an under the gun limp. That's always a spicy way to start. I look down at King Queen offsuit in the low jack and decide it's time to pump it up to $40. The button tags along, the big blind comes along for the ride, and even Mr. Under the Gun decides he's not done with the hand. 4-way action. Let's go. The big blind checks in the dark. It's his trademark move. Gotta respect the commitment. The flop comes King, Queen, Deuce offsuit. Boom. Sometimes the deck just slaps you in the face with value. Under the gun checks and I go small here, $40. I'm trying to keep the party going. The button calls, the big blind gets out of the way, and the under the gun player sticks around. 3 players to the turn. The turn is the jack of spades, adding a second spade and a whole bunch of potential weirdness. The under the gun player checks again, and now I size up to $130. 2 pair combos are out there, draws are brewing, and I don't want to give anyone a cheap look at the river. But apparently, that was enough pressure to kill the vibe. Both opponents fold and we scoop it up. Shortly after flopping top 2 pair, I find myself in the hijack with pocket jacks, and the only action in front of me being the under the gun player whom has limped into the pot. I raise to $40. The under the gun limper calls and proceeds once again to dark check. There's very little to fear on the 9-6 deuce with 2 spades flop, and with action on me, I continue for $60. And that shuts this hand down. Another orbit, another under the gun limp. Shocker, right? And just for fun, under the gun 1 limps behind. I look down at ace 5 of diamonds, aka the darling of poker circa 2019, and decide it's time to put on a little pressure. I bump it up to $60, hoping to thin the field. Spoiler, it did not thin the field. The big blind calls, and both limpers decide that they want to play too. That's cool. That's cool. Let's see the flop 4 ways. The flop comes deuce 8-8 with 2 spades. An absolute brick factory for me. No diamonds, no wheel dreams, just air. It checks to the player directly on my right, and he doesn't waste a beat. Fires out $140 like he's been waiting all day to do it. I take a second, but there's really nothing to see here, so I just let it go, and apparently the rest of the table agrees. Fold, fold, fold. Sometimes you're the one applying the pressure, and sometimes you just get floated off the stage. On to the next one.
Run till I drop, till I reach the top. I go all the way and I don't stop, don't stop. Do what I do when I'm on the move and I'm coming in fast. Can you keep up, keep up? Ready, set, go, and I'm on a roll. Now red light, green light, go, go, go. I make it look good like it ain't a thing, like it ain't a thing. What you gonna do? Oh! What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I wanna get there. What you gonna do? Oh! What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Oh! Can you keep up? Can you keep up? Can you keep up? Ready or not, now here I come. Better get yourself up, get ready, ready. Hot like a sauna, gonna bring the heat. Better hold on steady, can you keep up, keep up? Foot on the brake, gonna hit the gas, gonna rev it on up. Now I'm coming in fast, I'll make it swerve when I hug the turns. Better get out the kitchen, cause you're gonna get burned, yeah.
Children, children, come in. I have a new tale for you.
What's going on? Why are we all different looking? I'm in like high def or something.
It's called personal growth, but you wouldn't know about that.
I got your personal growth right here.
Boys, boys, not in front of our visitor. I'd like to welcome Christian. He's a visiting student all the way from the Dominican Republic.
I have a question. Is the Dominican Republic in the United States?
¿Cómo que la República Dominicana es parte de los Estados Unidos? ¿Tú en serio? Es un país soberano en el Caribe. No es ningún territorio de EU. Tiene su propio presidente, sus propias leyes, su propia bandera. Todo. Esto no es un barrio más de Nueva York.
Everyone lend me your ears. Let the tale begin. Upon the table's field of blue, a noble hand began its course. The villain, seated 'neath the banner under the gun, did raise his voice to $30. Our gallant hero didst cast his eyes upon a pair of queens, most regal in their twin-like grace. With bold intent, he didst raise the stakes, threefold and more, to a sum of $100. Fold swept the table till the big blind, a man once of seat 6 now throned in 8, a cautious soul, didst rise with shocking fire. He shoves his stack, $1,065. A wager most fierce. The opening rogue now bows out, his tale ended ere it bloomed. Now stands our hero, caught twixt duty and dread. Not a call with haste, nor a fold with ease. He doth retreat into her mind's shadowed hall, weighing fates like justice blindfolded. Would he thus shove with knaves in hand? Nay, methinks not. Perchance with cowards kings and airy aces. So after thought and silent war, our hero lets the queens lie still. Thus ends this chapter, not with battle, but with wisdom dressed in doubt.
What a wimp! I bet that other guy had juices.
I flew here to learn about a coward?
I like this new guy. He has, how do you say, cojones?
Every now and then, the poker gods bless the table with a super special player. You know the type. Loose, wild, allergic to folding, and absolutely living to splash around. In this hand, that honor goes to seat 4. Buckle up. I'm in the cutoff and open wide again. Jack 6 of clubs this time. Yeah, I know. One day I'll tighten up, but today is not that day. With the straddle on, I make it $50 to go, and seat 4 defends his small blind. The flop comes down Jack 6 deuce with 2 diamonds. That's top 2 pair for me, the loosey-goosey opener. But before I can even reach for chips, this man snap leads for $300 into a $100 pot like it's perfectly normal behavior. I told you, dude plays his own version of poker, and it's loud. Now, I've seen him do this with every draw under the sun, so I'm really hoping he's got something like a diamond draw here. I bumped this up to $650, trying to set this up for a nice easy shove on a later street if he wants to dance. He tanks for about 15 seconds and folds. So much potential. So much chaos. But the special ones are unpredictable, and this time, he didn't take the bait.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I wanna get there. Gonna 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 get there. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Can you keep up? Can you keep up? Can you keep up? What you gonna do? Can you keep up? Can you keep up? Can you keep up?
So here's the deal. It's about 1 o'clock. I've been here since about 8. The table is in transition. Players are leaving. In fact, when I get back to the table right now, 90% of the table will be different. Had the addition of 3 or 4 euros, which is whatever. I don't mind playing with the euros, but I have to decide if I want to continue playing at all, or if I want to take off, take a break, come back later. That's the decision that I'm pondering as I walk randomly through the Bellagio.
When I get back to the table, it was basically a ghost town, tumbleweeds and all. But I decide to stick it out, and within 5 minutes, the table fills back up like it's Friday night. Pretty shortly after, the poker gods must have taken note of my loyalty because they gift me with pocket jacks. Yep, the lovely and sometimes cursed pocket jacks. Under the gun opens to $30, and I bump it up to a clean 100. He makes the call, and we're off to see a flop. Just the two of us. The flop comes 4-4 deuce rainbow. A dry board if I've ever seen one. He checks. I toss out $80 with a single black chip. And that's the end of this chapter. No turn, no river. Just a quick win for the good guys. About an hour into this newly shuffled lineup, I started getting that meh feeling. You know the one. Like maybe this game isn't really worth the mental bandwidth. Or maybe I was just tilted from a string of hands that felt exactly like this one. The straddle is on and the low jack kicks things off with a $50 open. The hijack just flats, and I look down at ace-queen offsuit on the button. Pretty, sure, but not prom queen pretty. Still, I figure a $200 raise might clean things up a bit, or at least get us heads up. Nope. Both players come along for the ride. The flop? 6-8-4 with 2 diamonds. Yuck. That board hits their ranges like a sledgehammer. The low jack checks, the hijack checks, and on this what a flop, I check right back. No interest in lighting money on fire today. The turn brings the deuce of diamonds, and now the front door flush gets there. The low jack checks again, but the hijack wakes up and fires $200. With nothing but ace high and 0 backdoors to dream on, I fold. The low jack follows suit, and we both hit the muck like synchronized swimmers. Just one of those hands.
So wrapping this thing up, I decided to stay another 2 hours after the table transitioned wildly. And this session, I'll start with this. I was in for 2K and out for that. So that's good. The session started very well. Out the gates, blistering, hot. Won a bunch. And then the last maybe hour and a half, every 3-bet pot I entered, I lost. And losing 3-bet pots, you can lose a chunk of your winnings very quickly, which is what I did. Not a huge chunk, but chunk enough. At that point, I looked at the clock. It's like 2, 3 o'clock. I've been here since 8 in the morning. Getting a little tired. Need to get some food. So let's bounce. We're out. Gonna enjoy the day. So if you like the vlog, leave me a comment, subscribe. I'll probably respond to the comments, and I will catch you next time.